Hey, what's going on, everybody? Real quick, I wanted to hit this off because I just went to the grocery store and saw a case of blackface or Ghana face. And oh, by the way, peep out that development. Y'all think it's a joke out here. The developments just built behind me. Got Bellagio over my right shoulder, and yeah. So anyway, I was getting ready to check out, and there was these people that were, they're standing at a little kiosk. And it was selling this like spicy paste. And so if anybody knows anything about West African cuisine, people like pepper, spice, heat in the food. And so I looked at it, and it was really catchy, and I mean, you see it right there on the side of the screen. And I said to myself, it said, "Love Ghana, buy Ghana." Okay, so I'm thinking this is Ghanaian owned or whatever, but something just told me, dig a little bit deeper. So I asked the guy, I said, "Hey, is this your company now?" Because he has, had two basically Ghanaians working it. And I said, "Well, so is this your company?" At first he said, "Yeah." Then I said, "So you own the company?" He said, "Well, no, I'm a part of the company." I said, "Oh, okay, so the company's Ghanaian owned?" And he was like, "Well, yeah." And I gave him another chance. I said, "Well, now is Ghanaian owned?" He said, "Well, everything is made in Ghana." He said, "But it's not, the owners are not Ghanaian." I said, "Really?" He said, "They're from Belgium. But they've lived here like over 30 years. Here's the problem. I don't have a problem with free enterprise and people taking advantage of opportunities. I'm sure this building behind me has some European investment involved with it. That's just the way it is. However, when people try to use the face of the culture and hide behind it, that's deceptive. And that's where the problem I had with what I saw. It's kind of like the hip-hop fish and chicken thing in America, in the DC area, Baltimore area. You have all these fish and chicken joints, and they use the term hip-hop, which would appear as if it has something to do with hip-hop culture, but the people who own it have nothing to do with hip-hop culture. And the folks just go in there and buy it up and all of that other kind of stuff, and then complain about the resources being taken out of their community and all of that. So when I saw this, I was like, well, why are they trying to front like this is Ghanaian owned and all of that? Just, there's certain things you can just leave off, and I wouldn't have even thought about it. But when I saw the deceptive marketing tactic, that's where I said, oh yeah. And so I told them where I was getting ready to buy from, because they were really nice people, meaning the sales people. I said, I'm not giving them people my money. I said, I'm not doing it. And so I think what ends up happening is when we become more discerning with our spending and understanding who's owning different things, then you begin to see a shift. If anything, at a minimum, you get to keep the resources within your own household versus someone else being able to come in and, lure the money away. And really the way that we've been trained is to not even think about who owns it, but to be more concerned on consuming it. And so many of us have been bred to be consumers instead of investors. And that's why when things get tough, we're looking for bailouts, we're looking for stimulus checks, we're looking for welfare checks, we're looking for somebody to come along and give us something, when in actuality, we may have had the resources all along. So all I'm encouraging is to be a little discerning when these little, made in, all of that. Just ask, who owns this? What's the owner's name? What's the company website? And dig a little bit deeper. Then you know where your money's going. Now, if you're cool with your money going wherever it goes, which a lot of people are, then that's up to you. But I wanted to make sure I dropped this in here for the person who's a little bit more conscious about where their money's going. Just ask those questions, and definitely, that's why I whited it out. You won't even know the name of it, but when you go in the store, you'll see it, and you'll know. Well, you probably won't see it because unless you're in Ghana. But wherever you might be, just kind of look at those deceptive marketing tactics and make some wise decisions based upon that. All right, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, share. Maximum Impact with Jay Cameron.
Open up your eyes and see all the fun and mystery. Take an African adventure with daring and destiny. From the mountains to the shore, so many things to explore. Take an African adventure with daring and destiny.
The
Adventures of Darren and Destiny. And Darren and Destiny are twin brother and sister, and you go on their adventures throughout the African diaspora, meaning so African diaspora destinations, primarily focused in Africa, but we go to South America, we're going to go to the Caribbean. Their first book is going to take you to Ghana, and then we're going to go on a safari. And from there, we're going to go to Ethiopia, and then we go to Salvador, Brazil. And what the goal is to be able to inspire curiosity in the continent of Africa, in our children from a very young age, and to really tell a more accurate story. Most of our children are exposed to negative images, late night infomercials about how bad things are, everybody's sick, everybody's poor, everyone's uneducated, but that's simply not true. So what Darren and Destiny and their family do is they go to different African destinations. They are learning about these different places. You're beginning to see positive images, but still telling the truth. I mean, that's the important thing, to tell the truth about some of the things that have occurred. But it's all done on our children's level so they begin to understand it. And it begins to pique their curiosity. They begin to learn more. And hopefully one day they will want to explore and visit the continent of Africa and its many countries. There's just so much that Darren and Destiny are able to do, and as they're doing it, it's like they begin to open the minds of a new generation, and they don't get bombarded and indoctrinated with negativity. They're actually able to see positivity and inspiring images and messages about the African diaspora, as well as those who are still indigenous to the continent of Africa, and they begin to learn more and just see things differently. So I'm excited about introducing the Adventures of Darren and Destiny.